Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm super excited to be back with another LEGO minifigures opening for you guys. This is set number 71039, Marvel Studios Minifigures Series 2. This is the second series based on the very popular Marvel Disney Plus shows, and I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I'm really excited to see all of the brand new characters we have now in LEGO form for the very first time. This series did release on September 1st. Unfortunately, it does take a few weeks to receive boxes of 36, even if you pre-order them. But ever since then, I just haven't had the time to do like this long opening video. But I'm sick of having these figures, but not having them open and on display because I really like the way they look in other people's reviews and, of course, on the box. Before we get into it, though, I do want to remind everyone that I am an employee of the LEGO Group. However, all opinions expressed in these videos are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the LEGO Group. And LEGO is a registered trademark of the LEGO Group of companies, which does not sponsor, authorize, or endorse this site. So like I said, I got a box of 36 minifigures, except I actually got 2 boxes of 36, because these are the first CMF figures in cardboard packaging. Usually with a box of 36, I like to feel my way through, find one complete series, and then I love having sealed duplicates of minifigures I love. And because I'm a huge Marvel fan, I need sealed duplicates of all of these figures. And I probably want to open multiples of the same figure so I can have different displays. Like I'd love to have Agatha just on display in a display case, but then I also need her in my city fighting Wanda. However, with the cardboard packaging, it's not really possible to do that anymore. I just need to open like as many as I can until I find a complete series. So I did get a second box of 36 just to keep brand new, since I don't really know how many of these packs I'm going to open on camera. Honestly, I might just open all of them. I might just keep one set of 12 minifigures in a case. I might keep one set of 12 minifigures to display in different areas. And then with all the other 12 opened ones, maybe I'll just give them away to my friends. So we'll see how many I end up opening in this video. Because this is the first CMF series in cardboard packaging, the box of 36 has changed a little bit as well. You'll notice that it's now much taller because it needs to accommodate 36 smaller cardboard boxes inside of it. However, we still have the same style of print at the front showing all of the minifigures in the series, and you can see that there are 12 to collect. I really wish there were more than 12, I have to be honest. I felt this way about the first series as well. 12 is great for a non-licensed series, but for licensed ones, I really think it should be 16 or even the old 20 minifigure standard. Because, let's be honest, there's still so many important Marvel Disney Plus characters missing, not to mention all of the awesome MCU characters that we never got from the movies. So this series, I think, is really missing some important Disney Plus characters, but we might talk about that a little bit more as I go through the unboxing. So on one side, we have She-Hulk, who looks fantastic. At the back, you just have that same image of all of the minifigures. And then on the other side, you have Wolverine, who also looks pretty nice. I am kind of surprised, though, because those side boxes of, these boxes of 36, the sides used to show all of the minifigures, in a line with all of their accessories. They no longer do that, but I guess those images were really helpful when you were feeling for stuff and needed to know what accessories someone had, and that's no longer a concern because you can't feel the packets anymore. So let's go ahead and take our first look at one of the new packs. Now, like I said, they are in these little cardboard boxes. I've seen a lot of people complain about these. I'm also sad to not be able to feel packets anymore because, it was a great help. And like I said, I like to keep copies sealed. I want to have a sealed copy of each of these minifigures, and I just can't do that if I can't feel the packets. You can weigh them, but, that's very imprecise because the weights of the minifigures only differ by a gram, and scales just aren't sensitive enough. There could be differences in the cardboard packaging. It's not an accurate method of finding out what minifigure you're getting. Not to mention some of them actually weigh the same amount. So there's no real way to tell. I have seen people talk about the codes on the bottom of these boxes as being a way to identify them. I don't think that really works. I really wish LEGO would introduce some kind of barcode scanning feature or some other way to tell what's in the box without opening it, because I think that it is important to be able to know what's in them. Because anyone can buy these blind. That is the point of them. I understand that. Anyone can buy these blind, but for hardcore fans, I think having a way to tell what's in these packets would make the community like this idea a lot more. I'm also worried about the theft that's happening. I have seen reports on some LEGO fan media sites like Brickset about high volumes of just ripped open packets because they're so much easier to open now. And so I'm wondering how much loss is happening because of that. However, I definitely think that the cardboard packaging was the right move for environmental reasons. People like to be really cynical whenever LEGO, or any big company for that matter, tries to do something for environmental reasons, but I prefer some action being taken to no action, and so I appreciate that LEGO is doing things like trying to replace plastic with cardboard. And in terms of looks, I think that this looks really nice. You know, it looks really clean. I like the 8 minifigures that are shown on the front. Although I kind of think with so much more room, they could have just shown all 12. Although I understand, that some mystery wants to be preserved for the kids buying this. And then at the back, it's just got this like kind of divot. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what the unboxing experience is like now, because I'm also concerned about pieces really rattling around in here and scratching up against each other. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and open my very first of the new CMF packs. I guess I just tear it over here. I don't know, it's not as clear where to open it as it was for, like, the video bandmates. And how fitting, I get Agatha Harkness. As you guys know, WandaVision is my favorite Disney Plus show, one of my favorite Marvel projects ever. I thought this minifigure should have been in the first series, so this could literally not be a better way to start off this opening video. Before we take a look at the minifigure, let's take a quick look at the checklist. We do have Wolverine on there. Okay, I guess we'll look at the back first. Just shows you how to build the figures, of course. Storm looks like the most complicated. And then over here we have the checklist of all 12. And Agatha's the first one. So, oh, is that why I got her? Because if she's number 1 and she was right at the front of the box, are they going to follow some kind of order? That would be interesting and very helpful. But yeah, as you can see, we have Agatha, Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, the Werewolf, She-Hulk, Clint, Kate, Goliath, Echo, Beast, Storm, and Wolverine. So I guess I'll talk briefly here. I mean, I know that this video has already been long without much minifigure opening, but you can skip this if you don't want to hear it. I don't love the figure lineup here, and I didn't for Series 1 either. I don't think the Werewolf should be in this series. Werewolf by Night was a special presentation and completely disconnected from the rest of the MCU, and this figure isn't that great. I mean, it's a good minifigure, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that, like, it looks like any werewolf. It doesn't really look like anything Marvel related. Jack Russell had a much more unique character design than his werewolf form. I don't think he should be here, mostly because of that special presentation thing. I think that we should have gotten Miss Marvel instead, because we have nothing to represent the Miss Marvel TV show, yet we're already getting into Echo and X-Men 97, and that just doesn't really make sense, because Miss Marvel came before those shows, and she's a much more important character, and she has the best suit in the entire MCU. So I don't think we should have the Werewolf. I think we should have Miss Marvel instead. I know she comes in the Marvel set, but that minifigure is not as detailed as a CMF one would be, and it's a different outfit. I want her TV show outfit. Aside from that, I mean, if we had 16 minifigures, we also could have gotten a little bit more from What If Season 2. I didn't like how almost half of the first series was What If minifigures, but they were pretty unique and very well detailed, and the same can be said for Goliath. So that's just what I think about this series lineup. Overall, it's pretty good. Overall, I think I might like it a little bit more than Series 1. It's just those couple of things I mentioned. But anyway, Agatha. She looks... Please focus. There we go. She looks excellent. I love that she gets her little winking face. She does have the Darkhold, which I don't think is a great accessory. It's completely the wrong color. Like, we needed the Darkhold with her, but the Darkhold is supposed to be like this blacky, like, dark color, not like this brighter reddish brown. And then inside it had metal pages, and yet the Lego version has like this parchment page. I really like the graphic design here with that like Scarlet Witch motif with the prophecy, but the colors are just completely wrong. So that's what I'm not super happy about, because I'm really picky when it comes to WandaVision stuff. The printing on her is excellent though, super detailed. It looks gorgeous. Transparent purple power blasts are amazing. This hair mold has even been updated so that it no longer like blocks like turning at the corners. So that's a really nice find. I don't like one whole capes usually, just because they don't really wrap around the corners that well. And I still kind of feel like that here, but at least it's held down by her hair so it doesn't stick out behind her like a lot of people's do. And then she does have an alternate face, which is nice. And then she does have awesome back printing, not just on the torso, but also on the dress. That's the kind of detail that I would expect from a CMF. And I'm so glad we have it because I love it when LEGO prints down the back of this dress piece. Okay, let's see if we get the number 2 figure now, who would be Moon Knight. Nope, it's a second Agatha, so I'm not going to build that, and I'm going to pretend like I didn't see it, and I guess maybe I'll just tape this back up, and that's going to be my equivalent of keeping it sealed. But I guess we're moving on to the third pack. I really hope this isn't the third Agatha, because like I said, I want sealed copies of something. Oh no, it's Wolverine. Okay, cool. I'll take a Wolverine. Wolverine is a pretty cool minifigure, very detailed leg printing, which is nice to see, although that print is kind of not that close to the hip, so hopefully if I open a second one, that's a little bit better. Printed arms, even with like the hair on them, which I think is really funny. He has his usual claws, but side leg printing, dual molded legs, even side like toe printing. That's really deluxe. And again, that's exactly the kind of stuff I love to see in a CMF series. Good back printing. He also does have an alternate face. You can put this hairpiece on him, but I don't think it looks that great. I really think that the older style Lego hairpiece with the bigger hair that's been used before is better. But that's his face for the helmet, and it's the same old helmet mold, but it works perfectly. You also have this awesome detailed scratched up Sentinel piece. That is a really nice accessory, and I'm super glad that we have accessories like that in this CMF series. Some people have complained that we don't need another Wolverine. I agree with them. We don't need another Wolverine. I've never gotten the hype. I mean, I liked Logan, but as a character, Wolverine just isn't really all that to me. However, he is like a major X-Men character, and it's really nice to have like the ultimate version of him. You know, like this is the most detailed he's ever going to get, so I'm happy to see that. And I forgot to mention, we do get these little superhero power poser like assemblies with each character. It's just that DC Superheroes like posing piece from 2020 inserted into a jumper. So happy to see that because I wasn't sure if we were actually going to get one with every minifigure when this series was first revealed. But anyway, on to our third pack. Please don't be Wolverine number 2. Okay, it's Wolverine number 2. I'm sensing a pattern here. So, 2 Agathas, 2 Wolverines. Who's in the next row? It's Storm. Okay, I'm super happy. I'm really, really excited for Storm. So let me go ahead and build her. Storm is one of my favorite minifigures in this series. I love her original minifigure from 2014. You know, we get so few X-Men, it's such a treat when we do, and it really seems like we're starting to see X-Men sets more regularly, with those 2 Wolverine sets in August, and now these 3 minifigures. I love the yellow lightning bolts. Her face print is perfect. No alternate face, of course, because she has like this mohawk hairpiece. But this mohawk is a brand new mold, and it is excellent. It's so detailed. It's so crisp. I love it so much. It's perfect. And even though like her torso and leg printing, it's not super complicated, that's fine because this is an animated character anyway. It's from X-Men 97. So no, I don't need side leg printing and side arm printing. And if you guys have seen my videos on Firestar Toys custom minifigures, that's something I can complain about sometimes because I think that minifigures can get too detailed. However, I don't think I have that opinion about any of the figures in this series, at least not from what I've seen online. I also really love her cape. This is the exact same like cut, or at least a very similar cut to the 2014 figure, and it's the only cape that LEGO's ever made, along with the 2014 figure, that goes over a minifigure's hands. So that is awesome, and she just looks really cool, and I'm so happy to get her. And I'm betting that that other packet up there is a second Storm. So I guess let's just go ahead and look. I did just Google the box distribution very quickly, and my box distribution is definitely not the same as like people like Ash and Flash, who I think opened a whole box. So I don't know if I have a European box or what, but this is the third Agatha. So there goes having anything sealed. So I think that maybe I'll just do small tears, and then that way I can just like kind of squish this back down and kind of keep things sealed. Um, but yeah, I really like. I don't need to build 3 Agathas, so I guess I'm gonna open every packet, but I'm not gonna build every figure. So let's peek inside. Is this another Wolverine? No, I think it's Echo. Yeah, that does look indeed like Echo, so let's go ahead and check out that new mold for her leg. Here's Echo. I know that some people might consider her a wasted slot in this series. I definitely don't. She was really cool in Hawkeye. I'm pretty excited for her own solo series, which I think has been delayed to January. And this minifigure is so detailed. This is our first look at her costume in her show, because we've only seen like one image from the show. And if this Lego minifigure is anything to go by, she's going to have a pretty sick costume. I love the detailing on the front. I really like that metallic gold printing. She gets leg printing right down into that new prosthetic. I didn't think that she'd be getting a new prosthetic leg mold. Neither did I think that Lego would be able to print so nicely on it. Like, this is insane. Like, to me, like, this leg demonstrates the capability of Lego's molding and printing processes, because the fact that it can get print like all the way down into that little like divot, it's just really impressive. So I'm really, really pleased with this. Again, this is the kind of quality I want in a CMF series, and I'm so happy that it's being delivered. No idea what her accessory is. If someone could let me know in the comments, that would be very helpful. She does have excellent arm printing as well, and a brand new hair mold. And the hair mold is printed too, if that'll just focus, please. It has like this dark red, I guess, like wrapping around her braid. And then she does have an alternate face and back printing. So I truly think that this is one of the best figures in this series. I just don't know if it's one of my favorites, because there's a lot of other ones competing for that spot. Okay, on to packet number, what is this, 7? No, 8? Yeah, this is 8. It is our third Wolverine. So, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with my box distribution, but it definitely doesn't match other people's. So, that is our second Storm, it looks like. So we're just going to keep going right along into packet number 10. I don't know. That's our third Storm. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and check this one. This is our second Echo. Okay, that's fine. I don't need a new minifigure. That's our third Echo. Okay, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. I kind of thought there would be one complete series at the top of the box, or that like all of the duplicates would be in a line. And yes, statistically, this had to be a new minifigure, and it looks like it's Kate. And yes, I see the pizza box. Kate is another great minifigure. I love her torso and leg printing. This is her like final battle costume, which of course is the costume that should have been made. I really like that pizza box print with the hit the spot wording. And then arm printing, excellent. Holy cow, look at that side leg printing. That's so nice. That's really cool. Again, a character like Kate doesn't need side leg printing, but this is what I love about CMF series. I love that she has it anyway. I also really like her hairpiece, which is Barbara Gordon's from the Lego Batman movie. I don't think it's ever been made in black before, and I wish in general that this piece was used more, because I think it's really cool. And then her face print has like her bandage and the scratches. No arm printing on this side, although there is slightly different leg printing. And she does have an alternate face, but I really like the bandage face the best. It's just kind of a shame that the bandage is mostly covered up when her hair is on. And she does have a brand new bow mold, and I love that. You know, we haven't seen like compound bows in Lego form in many years now. I think Hawkeye's just been using a regular bow in all of the sets that he comes in. So to be getting like 2 brand new bow molds in this series, it's just like a real treat. And I really hope that these are used in more Lego sets outside of this series. But that's not all. She also comes with Lucky, and let me see if the camera will focus on him. He looks adorable. He's not winking. He is blind in one eye, but he's just so cute. He's so perfect. And you know, like these are a lot of accessories for Kate. She gets a quiver, she gets a new bow, she gets an exclusive dog, she gets a pizza box. It's like this is how to do a CMF series. The accessories in this CMF series, I have to say, I think they're really good. You have characters like Echo, who doesn't have a really complicated accessory, but I'm guessing it's something that's significant in her show. And I just think like the amount of accessories we're getting is really nice. Okay, so if the tradition holds, then the next two are also going to be Kate. Yep, that's a Kate. And that's not a Kate. Is that Clint? I think it is. Okay, so see, it's really hard to predict what you're going to get next in one of these boxes. Clint is another minifigure that I kind of think is better than he needs to be. Excellent torso printing, no leg printing. I'm going to be honest, that bothers me slightly. Like, Kate and Clint both wear tactical pants in the show, right? Like, they have buckles and stuff on them, because Kate's legs were so detailed. I really think Clint should have something. Like, plain black legs in a CMF series isn't something I want to see. I think it is kind of offset by the fact that he comes with 2 new molds. But I don't know. For a character like Hawkeye, I just feel like there's straps and stuff that could be printed onto his legs. The baby owl mold is awesome. That's not a reference that I thought we'd be seeing in a CMF series. It's from like that van with the shrunken people in it. And then I think like the owl like eats them or something. I don't know. It's kind of dark. But the baby owl is really cool. I'm sure we'll see that reused in Harry Potter. He also gets an exclusive hairpiece. Who needed a brand new hair mold for Clint? But it's so nice. Like, that's really how I feel about a lot of stuff in this series. It's like, who needed it? Who asked for it when it comes to the quality? And yet the quality is delivered. And that's so great to see with Marvel minifigures. He also has a bandaged head. I thought this was a new mold, but I was mistaken. It's the same mold as Kate's bow. It's just a different color. And I really like the black. I also love how his arm printing was done. So to get that black and purple look, they're dual molded black and purple, and then purple is just painted on top. And honestly, the color matching is pretty good. Like, the paint looks very close to the plastic, even though it's printed on black. So getting those like little strips of black in there, it's really nice. Like, I don't think I needed that much detail, but the detail's there. And then he has the same quiver and some back printing, as well as an alternate face. Okay, well, we're only halfway through the series, and I'm sure this video is already very long because I talk so much, but it is going to get longer still. So I'm thinking this is going to be a second Clint. Yes, indeed it is. We have 2 more packets. I'm assuming it's Kate number 3 and Clint number 3. Nope, wrong again. This is, in fact, Goliath. If you don't remember who Goliath was, he was Lawrence Fishburne's character in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ghost's kind of adopted dad. So I guess in What If, we're going to get to see him suit up because they only mentioned it in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So that's pretty cool. He comes with a little micro Ant-Man, which I think is really nice. Like, I always love it whenever we get a micro Ant-Man, and you actually get an extra as well. So that's even nicer. And I really like this minifigure because he looks super detailed. Like, I love the torso print, the leg print. Legs are dual molded, I think. Yep, arm printing. I mean, okay, so this is what I'm talking about with over detailing. This is like almost on the line to me because we have like the blue, the black, the gray lines. We have white here, we have white there, we have like the boot printing. Again, it's really nice. But put this next to any regular Lego Marvel minifigure, and it just looks super out of place because it's so detailed. So I really appreciate it, but I never need that much side leg printing. I always love arm printing, but I never need that much around the sides. I just need like a little bit. So I'm not complaining. More detail is definitely awesome. I'm just saying that personally, I don't like as much detail as some other people do. I really love the helmet, though. It's perfect. The print on it. Back printing as well is really nice, and you do have an alternate face for him there, and then there's his regular face, and he even comes with a hairpiece. So that's all fantastic. I just don't really think we needed this figure in the series. I feel weird saying that because I really like it, but it's the only thing from What If Series 2, I have to be honest, it seems like one of the least interesting things from What If Series 2, because if rumors are to be believed, we're going to have like Hela with the 10 rings and stuff like that, and that's all I really care about. But, or Kahori, right, who's like a new original character. So I don't think we needed What If Season 2 in this series, because Loki Season 2 isn't being represented, and Loki Season 2 was very clearly skipped, because Loki Season 2 was always supposed to come out before Echo, at least, if not also X-Men 97. So to not be getting anything for Loki Season 2, I don't think we needed anything for What If Season 2 either, because What If is already represented with Season 1, and then we could have gotten Miss Marvel instead of Goliath. But anyway, moving on to pack number 18, I guess, because it's the last one up here. Is it a second Goliath? No, it's Beast. Okay, so like I said, things are completely unpredictable at this point. And for some reason, we have those pieces sticking to the cardboard. Beast is a pretty cool minifigure, but definitely not one of my favorites. I mean, I don't, again, really care about Beast that much as a character. I mean, his face print is nice, torso and leg prints are nice. He does have the little X-Men mug, which is cute. This microscope is like a cool little side build with a really interesting part. I don't know if that's new. It's like a stud with like a little L-shaped bar at the end, so that's cool. His hairpiece is what I think is the coolest part of the figure. Look at that dual molding. That is just nuts. That is really, really cool. That's really impressive. I love dual molded pieces, and that piece is just awesome. He looked super plain from the side, though. And I mean, this is kind of funny after I just complained about over detailing, but compare him to Wolverine. Like, this to me is kind of crazy because, yeah, Beast has the new hair mold and Wolverine doesn't, but Beast is like so well printed on the front of the torso and the legs with like that shaggy fur. It's really weird to not have any of that fur on the arms or the legs. I mean, I think it not being on the legs makes sense, but no fur on the arms, yet like Wolverine has hair on the arms, and Wolverine is just a human, and Beast is like known for his shaggy hair. I don't know, it's stuff like that that makes this minifigure feel like a little bit off to me. Like, I guess he feels a little bit unfinished almost. The hair mold is really cool, but you know, Hawkeye has 2 new molds and still gets super detailed dual molded arms with arm printing. And I get that the trade-off was no leg printing, but if Hawkeye can have deluxe printing and 2 molds, then I think Beast could get like a couple squiggly black lines on the arms and legs. Because again, like look at the back of the torso next to the arms. It's kind of nuts to me. And then I do really like this alternate face. I actually think I prefer that face to the one with the glasses, because the glasses one just looks a little bit too nerdy to me. Not in a bad way, but I don't know. Just this is more like what I think of when I think of Beast. Okay, well, we're officially halfway through the box, and we have, what, 2/3 of the series? So let me remove this little white cardboard, and let's start getting into the next row of minifigures. Forgot that thing for Beast. Okay, oh wait, this isn't from the first row. Sorry, need to put it back. Here we go. This is from the left of the first row, I think. Is it Beast? Nope. It's Goliath. Okay. Away he goes. Who's... No, wait, again. Sorry. I keep not doing it in order. I'm trying to do, like, horizontal rows. Okay, so this is the top right. And that's Goliath. I see we're back on track with the duplicates. Okay. This is Beast. And this is Beast. Oh, it is Beast. Okay, that's funny. So I guess maybe my guessing is back on track now. This is going to be Kate. No, it's one of the knights. It's Moon Knight or Mr. Knight. Can't tell which. And, oh, that's my first time opening the side of a box. Oh, it's Moon Knight. Okay. This is one of the figures I'm most excited about, so let's go ahead and build him. I am over the moon about this figure. I think that this might be the best one in the series. He's excellent, he's perfect, he's beautiful, he's amazing. LEGO, you have outdone yourselves. This is just incredible. Absolutely one of the best Marvel minifigures ever made. Can't sing its praises enough. I didn't love the Moon Knight show. Like, I thought it was good, but I thought the last episode kind of like ruined it all because of how rushed and sloppy it was. I still liked it though, and I really like Moon Knight as a character. I think that he has one of the best costumes in the MCU. Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, like these characters just have impeccable costumes. And that costume has been brought to life beautifully in Lego with like all of the detail with the mummy wrapping. It's just it's so good. He looks amazing. Like look at those dual molded legs. Look at all of like the fine printing in there. Like I don't think my camera can focus so well up close, but it's amazing. It's so good. He has a brand new mold for his helmet. He has a brand new mold for his crescent blade. You even get a second one of these. And this is just such a cool piece, like even with those little divots in there. It's so good. And then he has the scarab, he had side arm printing, he has side leg printing. Um is this over detailed for me? A little bit. It's stuff like that, where it's like I don't need that little edge of fabric up there. I like that. I like the little crescent blade. It's also the fact that like I don't need side printing on the toes, but this still isn't as bad as like the Captain America minifigure from the first CMF series. That was an over detailed side leg print. But like all of that mummy wrapping is just excellent. The little crescent motifs. It's so good. He even has a two-hole cape. I'm utterly shocked that he has a two-hole cape. And this is what I'm talking about versus a character like Agatha. Like, look at how perfectly it just wraps around his shoulders. I thought that LEGO had stopped doing two-hole capes because they were trying to make it easier for kids to put the capes on. Like, I thought that that was the rationale because I noticed that, the first CMF series 2 years ago only had one hole capes. Like, White Vision, I had to buy separate capes, like, last week so that I could put a two-hole cape on White Vision because the one-hole cape is annoying me so much. So this little detail is something that I love. Um, Even just look at all of that molded detail in the fabric, like to make it look like fabric. I mean, it's so excellent. Look at that back printing. Like he even has an alternate face with like showing Mark Spector. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. I'm sorry. Like the only way this minifigure could be better is if it included a hairpiece. And it would have been nice, but I mean, he already has two new molds and like head to toe printing. The only type of printing that Lego does that you could give this figure is like, or not printing, but the only thing that Lego could do differently is give him dual molded arms, except he doesn't need it. So I'm just thinking that like, this is like the height of detail for a Lego minifigure. Almost. Like if it had dual molded printed arms, then that would be the only difference. But again, you look at a minifigure like this, and then you look at Beast, and it's like, why doesn't Beast have arm printing? But this thing, just excellent. No notes. Lego, you've outdone yourself. Okay, this is going to be a second Moon Knight. Is it? Yes, it is. I couldn't tell if it was Mr. Knight at first. This is going to be a third Moon Knight. Is it? Who is it? Oh no. It's the dreaded werewolf. Okay, you should probably leave this segment if you like Werewolf by Night, because I've decided to become the #1 werewolf hater. This minifigure is well made. Let's start with the positives. It's very well made. Great printing, again, with all the fur, little details on like the hips. You have like the toes, dual molded legs, shorts, everything looks great. You have the bloodstone, that's such a nice print. I'm super happy about that. Look at the side arm printing. This is the kind of thing I wanted on Beast. Like, look at that shaggy fur arm print. Look at that side leg print. Like all of that is great. You have back printing as well. Oh, the back printing is quite detailed. That's nice. Brand new mold for the hair. I mean, that's cool. You have like the slightly angry face print, although he looks more just like a little bit ticked off. And then you have what I don't like. Why is he smiling here? This is just not it. Like this is a goofy look. This makes him look like a Saturday morning cartoon werewolf for children. And Werewolf by Night was like the MCU's first real horror project. Sorry, Multiverse of Madness. And this werewolf is just way too cutesy. I mean, I don't even know if I can say if it's accurate or not because we never really got a good glimpse of the werewolf. I mean, Werewolf by Night is coming out in color on Disney Plus in like a week or two, so I guess like maybe we'll get a closer look at it then. But to me, this just does not look scary, and the werewolf in Werewolf by Night was scary. And that smiling face on the back, again, makes it seem childish. And Werewolf by Night is like the least childish MCU project. Also, personally, I don't like Werewolf by Night. I don't dislike it. Like, again, I thought it was good, just not for me. And people act like it's the best thing to come out of Phase 4. It's really not. It's far from the best thing to come out of Phase 4. And I just don't need this minifigure in here. With only 12 slots, the fact that the werewolf got put in this CMF series over someone like Miss Marvel, it's just crazy to me. Because even though Miss Marvel is in a set, like, that doesn't have anything to do with the CMF series. Like, we needed a CMF level Miss Marvel, and I'm not just saying that because I'm brown and she's brown. Like, I truly believe that. Like, I believe that this would be an excellent figure to include in this series if it had 16 minifigures, or if it had 20 minifigures, but not when it has 12. When it has 12, this is a wasted slot to me. Because also, what about Secret Invasion? I haven't even mentioned that because I hate Secret Invasion. But where's the Secret Invasion minifigure? Like, the Secret Invasion was supposed to come out before Loki, before Echo, before X-Men 97, and Lego just skipped over it in this series. And so that's why I don't like the werewolf being in this series, because the argument is that, well, every Marvel Disney Plus show needs some kind of Lego representation. And I like that idea. I really like that idea as a Marvel fan. But every Marvel Disney Plus thing is not getting representation. Loki season 2 was skipped. Secret Invasion was skipped. Miss Marvel was skipped. So skip something that makes sense. Like, skip Werewolf by Night because it's a special presentation. Don't skip the actual shows. Because even though Secret Invasion was trash, I would have loved a hyper-detailed Nick Fury or like a hyper-detailed Talos. Like, there's just so many better options other than the werewolf. So thank you for listening to the little rant, and I'm sorry if I annoyed you and if you disagree with me. We only need one more minifigure though, and that's Mr. Knight, so I might just stop opening these packets after I find Mr. Knight. That's another werewolf. I'm honestly probably going to sell my duplicate werewolves. I do not need 2 of them. I don't think I'm going to put him in my Marvel display, to be honest. I mean, maybe I will because it feels rude to exclude him, but I don't think he needs to be there. That's Moon Knight number 3. We definitely need him. And hopefully this is Mr. Knight, because it's coming right after Moon Knight. Oh, it's She-Hulk. Oh, we don't just need Mr. Knight. We also needed She-Hulk. I can't believe I forgot about her. She's one of my favorite new MCU characters. Here's She-Hulk. She looks excellent. Like, holy cow. Look at that printing on the torso. I think it's printed on black, but like the color matching between the face and that little bit of skin showing is pretty good. I like the leg printing as well. They are dual molded. Side leg printing. See, I like the side leg printing on the sneakers here. And this stuff, I think, is just that her costume is a little bit over detailed. She does have the green hairpiece. This is returning from the very first She-Hulk figure, so that's so nice to see. I really like her accessories. She gets this little like GLK and H file on Abomination, which looks adorable. And then she has a cell phone that's calling Wong, and I just think that that's so cute, if you guys can see that there. But yeah, very detailed figure here. You do have a second smiling expression at the back, and the back printing is nice. I don't like the second smile. I mean, it's a little bit like, it's less of like a nice smile, and it seems more of like slightly annoyed or like she knows she's about to mess you up smile. But I mean, she's a Hulk. Where's the angry facial expression for her? Like, come on. I know she didn't get mad in the show a lot, but she did get mad at a couple of points. And I really would have liked like either like a straight line or like a frown or just like an actual angry face. You know, I've said this before. This was a big problem I had with the first CMF series, that like female characters that shouldn't be smiling, all they were doing was smiling. Like, 2 smiles makes perfect sense on someone like Agatha, who like, she just has like, I mean, pardon my language here, but she just has a shit-eating grin all the time. You know, like, that fits her character. She-Hulk, like, is definitely a little bit more annoyed. She can definitely get a little bit angrier. And in Series 1, I really hated how Wanda had 2 smiles, how Sylvie had 2 smiles, because those are not smiling, happy characters. And so, again, I just feel like it's a personality thing, where She-Hulk should really have some kind of, like, of a more annoyed or angry expression, because she's not always smiling. And I don't like it when the minifigures are always smiling. But She-Hulk, we're definitely going to get another minifigure of her at some point. I mean, she's just she's going to become a really popular character. Like she's going to be in the next Avengers movie. I'm sure we'll get a minifigure of her then. And I don't want to hear any slander against her show in the comments. People are like so annoying about the She-Hulk show, but it was like genuine TV. It was so much fun. And it's the fourth most watched Marvel Disney Plus show. Like those numbers just came out a couple of days ago, and they made me really happy because people were hating on this show so much that I'm really glad to see it like defying everyone's expectations. So anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk about She-Hulk. Overall, great figure. I actually just think this face print is the problem. Like, I wish that, I think the other smile is good. I just wish this one was, like, a little bit more annoyed or angry. Okay, we're almost at the end. I think there's, like, 8 packs left to open, but we only need Mr. Knight. So the second we get Mr. Knight, I think the pack opening stops. Do we have him here? No, it's another werewolf. Get out of here. Oh, okay. And there we go. There's Mr. Knight. Opening over. Let's get him out of there. And our last minifigure of the series is Mr. Knight. And he's not the best note to end on for me because, again, while I liked the characters of Moon Knight and Mr. Knight, I just don't think he's worthy of being a CMF figure. I mean, the face print is great, torso print is great, leg printing is nice, but the leg printing is super simplistic, which, again, that's fine. Like, that's not a complaint on the quality of the minifigure. That's what the suit looks like. That's totally okay. The accessory says goldfish. That's cute. Like, nice reference, good print. But, I mean, I do really like these silver, like, baton accessories. I think that they look excellent. I don't think we've ever gotten this piece in flat silver before. But there's no side leg or arm printing, which I guess he doesn't really need, but like, didn't he have cuffs? Like, you could have printed like something, I think, to make this a little bit more exciting. There's like the slightest bit of back printing and back head printing. This just looks like a minifigure you could get in a set. This is like the opposite of a minifigure like Moon Knight, which is funny because, I mean, the characters are supposed to be kind of opposites, right? And I totally understand wanting to get both of them in the same CMF series. But again, like the werewolf, to me, this is the kind of inclusion that you get when there's 16 slots, not 12. Like with skipping Secret Invasion and Ms. Marvel and Loki Season 2, was that really worth it for Mr. Knight for a minifigure like this? I don't think so. I really like the torso print, I really like the face print, but where's his head? Like give us a Stephen Grant head and hair instead of the fish tank. Like that would make it a little bit more useful. So it's kind of, honestly, it's minifigures like this. When you put them next to a minifigure like Moon Knight, it's like, how did I pay $5 for this and $5 for this? Like, this one is 10 times better than this one. And it's just, again, it makes me feel kind of weird because I don't really care about Mr. Knight. And so, like, again, I don't have anything against him. I just think that there were way more interesting inclusions that could have been put in this series instead of this character who, like, isn't really detailed enough to get the CMF treatment, in my opinion. So, a little bit of a bummer note to end on, but that's just what I think. I will not be opening the last 6 packets. I mean, I guess I might as well, because I've opened all the other ones. So, okay, fine. We're going to open the last 6. I guess what's the point, right? This is She-Hulk number 2. This is... What is this? She-Hulk number 3. Sorry. Yes, it is She-Hulk number 3. Okay. I'm still surprised that we haven't seen the other Clints and Kates. That's another Mr. Knight. That's another Mr. Knight. So that means our last 2 packs should be... There we go. There is Clint. And is that Kate? Yeah. Wait, I saw Lucky. So yeah, that's the last Kate. So there we go. I have finally done a video where I open 36 minifigure packets. I just haven't built all of them, and I don't think you're ever going to get a video from me where I do that. Well, that about does it for this opening. A lot of carnage that you can see all over my desk. I'm going to have to put all those boxes back in the box, I guess, because I don't really have anywhere else to store them. But yeah, I've given you guys very detailed thoughts on these minifigures. I'm sure this video is like an hour long, so I genuinely apologize, and thank you so much if you've actually stuck around to the end. Because like I said, I talk a lot, but I really love talking about Lego. You know, I love Lego products so much. That's why I went to work for them. And I love Lego Marvel. And stuff like Lego Marvel minifigure series, it's just that kind of thing that I never thought that we would get when I was like just getting into Lego and like just starting to collect like 10 years ago. So I'm so happy that stuff like this exists, even if I think that Mr. Knight and the Werewolf are wastes of space, which I do think they are. I don't think Beast is a waste of space because he's a new minifigure, but the Werewolf and Mr. Knight are, in my opinion, complete wastes of space that should have been replaced by Miss Marvel and Nick Fury or Talos. But it's so great that I can say that, you know, like 5 years ago, I never thought I'd be able to say that because I never thought that there would be a Marvel CMF series. And for the most part, I think that this series is very strong. I had a lot of complaints about Series 1. You know, you guys can go back and watch that opening. Don't even get me started on what they did to Scarlet Witch, because I was like really looking forward to that minifigure, and I didn't really like the one we ended up getting. So there's definitely no disappointments like that in this series for me. I'm so happy that we got characters like Agatha. You know, I think my favorite minifigures in the series are Agatha, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Storm. Not in that order, because Moon Knight's probably like my number one, to be honest, because of how cool he is. But yeah, I'll stop talking now. Thank you so much. Like I said, if you've watched this video to the end, please let me know in the comments what your favorite minifigure is. And I did get a bunch of custom Marvel minifigures from Firestar Toys for characters like Agatha, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, Kate, and Clint. All of those I got custom minifigure versions of, and because like those custom minifigures came out like 2 years before this series. So I'm going to be really excited to do a comparison video with those to see how the official Lego versions with CMF level detail, which is the only kind of thing that can compete with a custom company's level of detail. So that comparison video should be coming out in a couple of days, and I'm really excited to talk about that with you guys as well. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.